The State versus NOSIVIWE MAPISA-NQAKULA, case number CC33/2024 at the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. The charges are 12 counts of corruption plus 1 count of money laundering. State's theory is that while Minister of Defense Mapisa-NQAKULA allegedly solicited 4.5 million rands from defense contractor Nombasa Ndlovu and allegedly actually received about 2.5 million in cash, roughly between 2016 and 2019. This is an old crime. Your own High Court judgment confirms that she is formally arraigned on all 13 counts, including PRECA, corruption, and poker money laundering. Mapisa-NQAKULA pleaded not guilty. The state, led in court by advocate Paul Lowe, then gave an opening presentation setting out the alleged payment scheme. The prosecution said it would rely heavily on Ndlovu's evidence, plus WhatsApp communications, plus alleged code words, financial evidence, witnesses surrounding the transaction. The state highlighted alleged code words including impepo, unentongo, with the wig, pad course, snuff. The prosecution says apparently innocent language was used to disguise demands for money. Mapisa-NQAKULA also made certain formal admissions under Section 2020 of the Criminal Procedure Act, including that construction and upgrades that occurred in her home, while denying that corruption money funded them. The first state witness is BANTU, known as BANTU HOLOMISA, who testified as of 22 July 2026. He talked about the December 2020 disclosure, the WhatsApps, the parliament, and the 5 million rand. Let's get into detail of his testimony. HOLOMISA does not claim that he saw Mapisa-NQAKULA receive cash. His role is very different. He explains how the allegations surfaced. In December 2020 disclosure, HOLOMISA told the court that Ndlovu approached him around December 2020. According to him, she was emotional and told him that she had paid money to Mapisa-NQAKULA and the late Secretary of Defense, Dr. Sam Ngulube. She told him she had evidence of those payments. HOLOMISA said she told him she felt used and exploited by what had happened. Now we move on to the WhatsApp messages. HOLOMISA testified that Ndlovu showed or supplied him with material that included WhatsApp communications involving a person referred to as Mama, whom he understood to be Mapisa-NQAKULA. That becomes important because the state intends to rely on communications as independent support for Ndlovu's version. Anyway, let's take a sip and a deep breath, because the state versus NOSIVIWE Mapisa-NQAKULA is a major corruption trial, one that goes to the heart of alleged abuse of public office and public funds, stealing from the till. I'll be following the case closely and catching up on the key developments. For updates and commentary, follow my channel, share my content across your networks. Now we move on with the details of this testimony. Now we are in Parliament. 26 March 2021. HOLOMISA writes to Parliament Joint Standing Committee on Defense. His letter referred to allegations of approximately 5 million rands in questionable payments or gifts involving SANDF contractor and Mapisa-NQAKULA. He testified that he expected Parliament to investigate. Instead, he said the committee initially seemed more interested in discovering who his source was. HOLOMISA said he found that response disturbing because, in his view, the allegations themselves were serious enough to warrant an investigation. The eventual criminal complaint. The matter ultimately moved from Parliament into law enforcement. HOLOMISA later made an affidavit and became more of the complaints in the criminal matter. What HOLOMISA proves for the state? His evidence potentially establishes Nombasa complained years before the 2024 arrest. That assists the state in arguing that her allegations were not recently fabricated for purposes of obtaining immunity. But HOLOMISA cannot personally prove the cash payments. HOLOMISA is essentially a first report and complaint chain witness. So see you on the next one, and don't forget to follow me for the next witness testimony.